You know, there's a town in the state of New Hampshire that has parts of that town located in the state of Vermont, and that town is Lancaster, New Hampshire. I'm talking about two different parcels of farmland that actually are in Lancaster. Their owners pay taxes to Lancaster, but these fields are actually on this side of the Connecticut River in Vermont. And in either of these fields, if you walk east, west, north, or south, you will walk into Vermont. Now, you may know about that crazy little nutso piece of land way up in northern New Hampshire where the state of Vermont juts into the state of New Hampshire for about 2 miles. Well, when the state of Vermont was created, its border with New Hampshire border was, of course, and still is, the west side of the Connecticut River. The Connecticut River sources are the 3 Connecticut lakes. But then, in 1832, we had the revolt of the Republic of Indian Stream, the Indian Stream Republic, which occupied land to the west of the Connecticut River. And that year, the people living there in that small triangle of land decided they belonged neither to Canada nor New Hampshire, and they proclaimed their independence. And their independent country, it was a country, lasted only 3 years. It was finally brought under control by the New Hampshire militia. So, in 1843, the United States and England, they signed a pact that gave this area of Indian Stream to New Hampshire. But Vermont had already been created, and they kept their original border that went all the way to the west bank of the Connecticut River. So right there, Vermont just juts into New Hampshire about 2 miles. Now, the 2 pieces of Lancaster, New Hampshire land located in Vermont, that's also a fluke. In this case, the Connecticut River used to make these convoluted turns that went up and around in a circle and down. But the river no longer flows up and down in these small circles. It cuts right across. So they are surrounded by land now. Actually in Vermont, but legal in New Hampshire. Ain't life grand?